Hey, it's Troy here and welcome to the shop. Hey, I wanted to do a quick video about a really unique lure that I fish quite often that a lot of people don't even fish. And some do, but they only fish it in the winter. And actually this lure has been around a very long time. And I'm talking about a blade bait. Here's a blade bait right here. It's a lipless crankbait, but this one's called a blade bait. It's basically made out of a piece of metal, as you see. So these are very, very cool and very universal. And here's what I like about these baits is what I'm trying to say. Number one is you're going to look at the top and you're going to see 3 holes in there. I'm going to try to get it here across my shirt. See? Right there. You're going to see those 3 holes right there where that snap ring is. And here's what's cool about those 3 holes. Now I'm going to talk about the snap ring first. This one comes with a snap ring in it. You can put a split ring in there if you want, but I like the snap ring if it's a really good snap ring like this one with the little locking mechanism. And here's why. You want to be able to use all 3 holes at different times. What is different about the holes? Well, if it's in the very back hole, it's a wide wobble. It's a really aggressive wobble. The bait goes left and right, really aggressive. It's in the middle hole, it's a little tighter, but it's still got some vibration. And if you put it in the front hole, it's a tighter vibration. So now the bait can be altered, its action can be altered to whatever application you may need it for. If you need it for, stained water, different type of year, different type of aggression of the bass you're trying to catch, things like that. So that's one of the things that are really cool about it. The other thing I really like about this bait is it's no sound. It's not full of rattles like all of your other plastic lipless crankbaits. And sometimes you don't need all that noise. This will put out vibration in itself with the wobble. The hooks itself will make some tinking noise, but it makes a little less noise. And sometimes that's actually a good thing. Sometimes they don't need all that noise going on. And so that's another cool thing about this bait. It makes it a little more universal. So you got the holes, you got the no sound, and you got the weight. The weight is the other thing I really like about this bait. It gets down deeper quicker. So if you pull up to an area where you got to fish a little deeper, if you're using a standard lipless crankbait, it's going to take a while to get down there. You might even have to modify it by putting a slip weight on the top or whatever to weigh it down, or go with a bigger one. This one you can stay with a medium or smaller size bait, and with it being heavier and narrow, it's going to get down there quicker. So it's going to get down to your deeper bite that you may be trying to get to faster. So that's the other thing I really like about this. I see a lot of times bass are feeding down a little deeper, and I can't get that lipless crankbait or even that lip crankbait quite down there. This will get down there, and it'll get down there faster. So that's another cool thing about this bait. And one of the last things you can do, and you can do this on any lipless crankbait, or virtually any crankbait for that matter, you can make this a little more weedless. If you look how the hooks are hanging, it's a treble hook like you see, but if you look, that front hook right there I'm grabbing hold of, you can cut that hook off the front and the back. Always have yourself a good set of cutters in your boat. You're always going to need these if you have to get a hook that's deep in a fish. You want to cut the hook to save the fish. You're going to need a good pair of cutters. Or if you get one obviously in your hand or skin or leg, you're going to want to cut that hook. And here's another reason you're going to want one of these. You might want to cut that barb right there off. I'm not going to do it on this hook here, but you can. I could cut that right off right there on the front and that back hook right there. And that would make this a lot more weedless. It would have just the 2 hooks in the back, and it would make it a lot more weedless if I'm getting it down at the tops of some treetops, some vegetation, or getting down close to the rocks. With them 2 hooks in the front being cut off, it'll make it a little more weedless. It won't be totally weedless, but it'll make it a little less apt to snag. And so you can alter it like that. Now, of course, you got to change your hooks back to treble hooks later if you want to, and you can always do that back at the dock or back at your house or shop. But that's just a way to alter it if you're fishing and you're snagging, or you're grabbing that vegetation when you're fishing the top of it, bringing it across the top. Now you can cut them off and you won't snag as much. And you're still going to keep a good ratio of hook up with the bass. So I prefer the treble hooks most all of the time, but you can do that whenever you feel the need, and I have done it before myself. So anyway, this one's from Cabela's. You can get blade baits at Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops, lots of major manufacturers, and there are a lot of different brands of blade bait makers. So I'm not promoting any particular one. I just wanted to talk about the blade baits. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can use that information. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a good day.